Hi, everybody. It's Lily and Teresa from Sedona Star Holistic Spa. We have a very, very special guest with us today. He is Mr. Nate Batoon. He is renowned. He's the most renowned Feng Shui master. He's done anything from, I don't want to even mention the celebrities, but celebrities to royalty. Let's just say that. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Without mentioning names. So anyway,
Major industries.
and major industries, yes. And we are graced to have his presence here. He does have an office here at Sedona Star Holistic Spa. We just love having him here. He teaches a 9-week series every Friday night, and he has created so many feng shui masters. They are now authors and have their own businesses. So he is amazing. We are so lucky to present him. And do you want to give us a little bit of history about yourself, Mr. Nate?
What type of history?
Like how did you start feng shui? Like what, because that obviously called to you, because I know he also is an intuitive reader. He also does a lot of meditation and cleansings and all of that. But for some reason, feng shui is what called you. How did that happen?
Yeah, I did. I didn't call it. I didn't expect to do this.
Hmm.
I had a different path, and actually it's a long story, so I don't know how much time we have, but I didn't expect to do this. And I was supposed to do something else, but in the meantime, I was waiting approximately 13, 14 years.
Okay, it's a long way.
A lady friend of mine said they're teaching a feng shui class, which I was very shocked because normally speaking, they don't teach in a class as such.
Hmm.
Because I'm very old. I remember masters just teach a few students,
Right.
especially in China. At any rate, she insisted that I go, and I did. I didn't expect it to be what it was, because it wasn't the standard classical form. It was Tibetan form. And master teacher was from Beijing, China, but he converted to Tibetan Buddhism, became a high-ranking Lama. And so after the first 5 minutes, because I was very skeptical, and because I was an astrologer, a numerologist, and several other things, none of them pointed to or could show me what I was really going to do with my life. And I already was 50. And so half my life was gone. After my teacher, James Mosier, was speaking for a while, 10 minutes in, I realized this was very different. And I said, well, maybe if I try this, I might be able to, it might show me where I'm supposed to be or going. And so when I got home, I jumped into, it was just an all-day one, just about 7 hours. Make a long story short, after a week, I got a call from a friend that I had taken a healing class with in Phoenix. And he said, I understand you know how to do this feng shui thing. I said, no. Just said 6 hours. I know nothing. Yeah, but he insisted for me to come down because he was already 12 months into unemployment. He was in the aerospace industry and tried everything from San Diego to Santa Barbara, all of Southern California, couldn't find a job. I thought anybody can find it. He'll get. The second thing he said to me was, I can't sell my townhome. It's been 9 months, not one buyer. It was a bad time for a market.
Hmm.
And I said, I don't know how to do that because
Right.
some classes a couple of months away. And then all of a sudden, the third thing is giving me a list. He and his lady wanted to move to Laguna Beach across the beach.
Oh, okay.
That was the last straw. I said, well, Joe, what you need to do is write a letter to Santa Claus. You know, absolutely no way to get that done. Astrology, I can tell you where you should move to, but getting there. Anyway, he had me come over and do what I could, which was a few hours, and I just had 6 hours of this Tibetan feng shui. And I said, if nothing happens in 3 weeks, I'm trying to find out. I'll ask my teacher, because I was very perplexed with all the other things that he wanted done. Anyway, 3 weeks later, he called me and I started to apologize and nothing happened. But he said, no, I got a job and it was doing what he did before because he couldn't find that exact same thing, which was amazing. And so I was happy for him. Didn't think that Feng Shui had anything to do with it, except he was doing the same thing that he couldn't find for 12 months. And it showed up. And so he was happy. Then I said, wow, where is it? He said, San Capistrano. I said, that's a long commute.
Right.
And he said, no, it's 15 minutes where we're living now. And I said, what do you mean?
3 weeks later?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was a double wide. He didn't want a small place. It was a double wide mobile home park. And I knew exactly because it's the only mobile home park along the coast in California.
Yeah.
And he was right across the beach. It was beautiful. And he said, come down and Feng Shui our place.
Wow.
So what are you going to do with your home? And he said, oh, 2 guys, 2 weeks after you were there, 2 guys came in. They both wanted it. They bid on it and they got full price for it.
Oh, wow.
And I thought, wait a minute. At that point, I said, nothing's happened to me in 4 weeks. And all this happened to Joe and Nina. And so I looked around and there was nothing else because I took a fine tooth comb and I even used toothbrush to clean things.
Yeah.
And the following week, I got a call from a lady and she said, Joe and Nina referred you to me and could you come to my home in Corona del Mar? And she did cooking out of her home. She was a chef. She taught classes. Then she said, how much do you charge? I said, nothing. Because I just had 1 class, I said. She said, well, I got to pay you something. We argued for a few minutes and then she said, just come on down. So I came on down and today I'm godfather of a great-granddaughter. And then the following week.
You're godfather to a lot of people.
Yeah, because they have access to me. And then the following week, phone calls started coming in, referrals from me, and amazing things happened for her. Yes, she was so excited. And then from Joe and Nina, and then, so 35 years later, I still don't know what I'm supposed to do because of phone calls. I have to answer and go out and do these things. And one of these days, maybe I'll find out what.
Well, now, can you maybe lump sum it in a couple of sentences? What is Feng Shui?
Well, the traditional thing is it's called the art of placement. In other words, you place certain things, certain places, and they're supposed to bring you good luck, etc. In 35 years, I really delved into it because everything has a vibration and a frequency.
Mm-hmm.
And thanks to the internet, more people know about Tesla.
Yes.
So every item is vibrating right now, and they're vibrating at a certain frequency. So it's sending out a signal. And what I do in my classes, especially the first ones or when I give talks, I show how certain frequencies, certain objects, when they're placed certain places, how they can affect the body, therefore affects your mind, affects your thinking, etc. And so we actually demonstrate the power of placement. And so that's what it is. If you place certain objects in certain places, it resonates with what we call the different areas of life. Most all Feng Shui's there is basically only 3 now. All the rest have fallen by the wayside because energies change over the centuries.
Right.
And they didn't adapt to the changes because our solar system is moving through the galaxy and there's different energies now.
Mm-hmm.
Very much different. And so people, anything else, they're interested in their career, wealth and prosperity, and love.
Mm-hmm.
So certain objects placed there has a certain frequency in that area of your space. And usually that's your home. Business has the same areas of life. Like for family, that represents in a business. Organization, administration, your workers. And so when you place these objects there, there's a frequency that goes out. It resonates with that area and it sends a signal out into the world. And it goes into the field of all possibilities and collapses the field and certain things happen. It's very, very strange. It's hard to say. That's why the class is.
Yeah.
So if you understand what's going on, because it's not to me, I don't make it mysterious.
No.
When I go into a business or a home, I explain, and I pray my students also explain that a lot of feng shui people that come in and they bring boom, 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 and they say, you need this. And so good luck, and they don't explain anything.
Yeah, I can vouch for that. So I took his 9-week series, and I cannot tell you how much love, how much patience, how much intention is placed when he sets up for class. He starts setting things up at 2:00 in the afternoon for a 6:30 class. And I think what we should do, your next class, maybe we should film it. We should actually film it. And that way you can see it. And he has tablecloths that represent certain colors for the certain lesson. And you go at great lengths to explain everything. What I'd love to see is that these old students from years ago, they all come back, because he has a policy. If you're a student, you're always a student. So he allows you to come in for free, and they're able to do a refresher course. And he's so generous of heart that he allows that. But yet when he wants something, if he's going to have a lecture, if he's going to have a potluck, whatever it is, they fly in to come see him. You really, really have affected a lot of people with your teachings.
Well, it's thanks to the Grandmaster Lin, because his form of feng shui, I call him the Bruce Lee of feng shui, because he studied all the other forms. He's taken the best, like Bruce Lee did, and incorporated. Plus, he, of course, could see energies. And so we know how certain things work. The lineage, goes back to the Bon religion, which was the one that performed magic.
Mhm.
And so it's not me. I'm just a messenger. And it amazed me as to some of the things that came about that couldn't come about with certain other things that people have done. Anyway, it's changed me. I'm very grateful for what has happened and the various people and places that I've been, and to help people that seemingly impossible situations. Now, there's reasons why certain things don't work, and I try to explain that too. Once you understand the principles of how something works, then you have a better chance of making that occur, or realizing what you're doing doesn't work. You need to do something else. And that's what our feng shui will do. It'll tell you immediately, sorry about that, but you're doing the wrong things.
Yeah.
And then it'll help you to get to the right thing. I don't know how else to explain it. These energies these frequencies are very unique to our form of feng shui.
Yeah.
To start this feng shui, what would you say is, do they need to have prerequisite spirituality?
No.
Be able to talk
No, you
to
don't
the
have,
dead or anything?
like anything else. You see, I was an infantry army officer. And anything I do, it has to work. It has to work. Otherwise, I'm a charlatan. And when I was in the army, things had to work. Otherwise, you or your men die.
Right.
So I need to know. And so when I practice this, I need to know why this is working, why it's not working, and do the very best we can. Some things you'll never know, but it helps build your own inner strength. Whatever you do with our feng shui, you don't have to be an expert. It will start moving you in the energies will move you in the right direction. You fix up your home, and the vibrations and the frequencies are there to help you. It's specific for you. Okay, you don't have to be spiritual. You just try it.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, then walk away. And
That's right. If it resonates, it does. But you've done such a great job in explaining every little aspect and nuance of feng shui, which I really appreciate.
well, it ties in with a lot of other modalities.
Yeah, it does. And yeah, it absolutely does. So we want to thank you so much for spending time with us and explaining a
That's
little
it.
bit. We'll have all of that and even astrology and numerology, we're going to have you come and talk about that. So this is an ongoing thing that we're the subject and the pull of conversation will never dry up.
Well, one thing about coming to the class, like when I speak, public and stuff, there's some things that I cannot say, or people, or situations, or businesses. In the class, I explain what happens, and now I can speak about certain, famous people, celebrities, businesses,
Yeah.
and why this helped them, or
Yeah.
what they're doing, etc.
We get the 411 when you take his class.
Inside scoop. Inside scoop.
Very inside.
From the master.
Yes. Well, thank you very much. We really appreciate you.
Thank you.
And do you want to give us a little blessing, because he's great at these blessings before we leave?
I have so many blessings.
Like a jump card.
Oh, well, no, I just have too much information. I've been doing the Feng Shui for 35 years, but I've been in the metaphysical realm for about 60 years.
Yeah.
I started meditating when I was in the 5th grade. And that's one of the things that I like to do and teach is meditation.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can give a quick blessing to
Okay.
whoever's.
All right, everybody, close your eyes.
There. Okay. Many blessings in the year of the wood snake. It's for wisdom, strength, transformation, and growth.
Okay,
Make
thank
this a
you.
great year.
Thank you, everybody.
Lovely.
Bye-bye.
And just real quick sharing, I saw orbs of light when you were giving us your blessing.
Oh,
And then I felt this, like, I'm going to say like hand, something go over and it felt like a little bit of weight, like energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
It
definitely.
was lovely.
Thank you.
there's so much on this Feng Shui.
That's right.
Anyway, aloha.
Okay, thank you. From the heart of Sedona Star, we say goodbye. Thank you. Bye-bye.